What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to bring you guys a quick update on the Peter Thomas story. So I recently found out that he lost all of his businesses recently, very recently, in an eviction lawsuit right before he was charged with a DUI. So days actually before. So let's take a look. It says, former Real Housewives of Atlanta star Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband, Peter Thomas. I know Cynthia is. I know she's like, now why am I in it? Now see how I get thrown in stuff? I ain't even did nothing. She even had a whole extra husband and divorce. Hey, Michael, since Peter, but his Miami restaurant lost an eviction lawsuit days before he was arrested for a DUI. According to the court documents obtained by Radar Online, it says a Florida judge granted a default judgment against Thomas and his restaurant Bar One. Wow. So Bar One was sued by its landlord, Bentley Bay Retail, over alleged unpaid rent and fees. Thomas claimed that he was working on handling the debt, but the landlord said the money never came through. Thomas agreed to pay $500,000. He said he would provide proof of a wire transfer on December 26th. At the hearing on December 26th, the judge granted the Bentley Bay and their request to evict Bar One after Thomas failed to pay or send proof of a wire being sent. It says, quote, any right of the tenant or any other person claiming by or through tenant to occupy the commercial real property located at 520 West Avenue, Unit Commercial 1, Miami Beach, Florida, as the premises is hereby terminated, and landlord is hereby awarded possession of said premises, end quote. Per the order, the court issued a writ of possession directing the county sheriff and or the police department to remove all persons, and personal property forthwith from the premises and put the landlord in possession of it. Not y'all throwing the folks out. I know it's an eviction notice, but I mean, wow. I'm just thinking about the people in the restaurant getting put out. No, I'm sure it's been closed for a while. It says the judge noted that the landlord may sue Peter Thomas personally for damages. The court said that Bar One has been instructed to place all funds owed to the landlord in an account controlled by the court. The defendant indicated that it would wire transfer the funds by today's date at 4:30 p.m. and provide proof that the funds were being transferred, and the defendant has failed to do so, the order read. So Thomas has run the Bar One since 2019, and the company stopped posting on social media in October 2023. In 2022, Bentley Bay sued Bar One for eviction after it failed to pay rent and other fees related to the waterfront location. The landlord said that Bar One agreed to pay $270,000 to avoid being kicked out. The agreement hashed out by the parties had a provision that stated if any of the checks submitted by Bar One were returned for insufficient funds, the deal would be void. In the 2022 lawsuit, the landlord claimed that Bar One had sent multiple payments and they were returned for lack of funds. Peter, you can't be out here writing bad checks. That's a felony in and of itself, especially if it's over a certain amount in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The company said that the $250,000 had grown to $422,000 by the time they filed the lawsuit. Thomas denied all allegations of wrongdoing and said that he had agreed to pay the debt. It's not funny. I'm like, but he keeps talking and writing bad checks, but there's no money coming through, Peter. However, months later, Bentley Bay claimed Thomas had failed to pay the $470,000 that he agreed to pay. The landlord said that it was tired of waiting and asked if they could be allowed to evict Bar One. Wow. So as Radar Online previously reported on Tuesday, Thomas was arrested for an alleged DUI in Georgia, and the businessman was released after posting a $3,000 bond. According to the jail records, Thomas' misdemeanor charges included driving under the influence of alcohol, driving with expired tags, driving without a license, no proof of insurance, failure to maintain lanes, and a violation of a traffic control device. So he was really spiraling. I know that the one in Baltimore closed, so he lost the Miami, and he's being sued for pretty much a $500,000. That is wow. And I wonder if he's going to be charged for writing those bad checks, because this landlord looks like they are tired of his foolishness and his tomfoolery. Oh my goodness, Peter. So here's his mugshot, and I feel like, I don't know, some people have said that his eyes always look really glassy, but they do look a little bit bloodshot, like they're pretty red. I don't know what he's gonna do now, because that's a lot of money. I mean, especially writing bad checks on top of owing all that back rent, then yeah, I can understand why. I mean, not. I mean, there's no excuse for his behavior, because he absolutely could have hired an Uber or driver. Um, but I'm just saying that the rationale makes sense. The logic behind it makes sense, but it doesn't, though, because I'm like, if you know that you don't have the money to pay the back rent, you don't have the money to even keep up the registration and the tags on your car or your license. Peter, where's all your money going to? Is it alcohol? I don't know. Because now all of his businesses are closed. Bar One in Baltimore is closed. He was trying to blame the people, if you guys remember that. I think I made a separate video about that. Not you blaming the citizens of Baltimore and the city. Those crab cakes are fire. But now Miami's closed, and I'm really glad that Dr. Wendy didn't go into business with Peter, because that would have been a mess. And I'm glad that Cynthia got her money when she did. And I know she had to sue her ex-husband, but um, I don't know what he's going to do now, because that is a lot of money. He is in the Kim and Croy, situation where he doesn't owe as much. Kim and Croy, are in the millions. He is owing like $500,000. That's still, though, that is a lot of money. And I feel like, I don't know, I hope that he can focus on getting better, his well-being, and not writing any more bad checks or getting behind the wheel, period, right? Because the car is not even registered to drive, and that's serious here in this country. I know he's Jamaican, but in Jamaica, their culture is completely different. I'm not suggesting that, anybody break laws in Jamaica, but I know in the Caribbean, things are a lot more laid back than in the US. And to keep it a buck, I'm glad that he was in Atlanta, because traffic stops, for Black folks, if your tags are expired, if you don't have a license, if you're out here driving drunk, all those things can have fatal consequences. We've seen it time and time again. So I'm actually glad that no one was hurt, including him. And I really hope that he has a chance to focus on his health, focus on, getting better, and then hopefully getting out of this $500,000 hole that he's gotten himself into. But yeah, so Bar One is a wrap. Bar One in Miami, Bar One in Baltimore. All of the businesses are pretty much done. And, the lawsuits, the judge said that, they were sick of it. The landlord has waited long enough. I feel like Atlanta, the cast is just, because I know I saw something earlier where Sheree said that she was, she wasn't sure about whether she was going to be brought back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm just like, what is going on with the Roa situation? Kim and Croy is out here drowning in debt. Peter is spiraling. Like, what in the Bravo is going on? But anyway, you guys, drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this latest update on Peter Thomas, where he has lost pretty much all of his businesses. He was evicted from Bar One Miami, and he owes about $500,000 in back rent. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.